Hey guys, Dr. Sean here with The Active Life to give you your brute tip for the day. Today we're going to be talking about whether you should or should not be using the GHD in various ways. So Dr. Jeremy is here to help me talk to you guys today about whether you should or should not be using a GHD machine, apparatus, whatever you want to call it, right? So first and foremost, if you are currently acute, meaning you currently have low back pain, no, you shouldn't use a GHD when you have low back pain. That is a bad idea, okay? If you've never had low back pain, or if you've had low back pain in the past, and you're interested in using a GHD, you'd like to maybe start using it, this video is for you, right? For those of you guys who are not interested and don't care, that's fine. You don't have to use a GHD to be a fit person. So we have a very baseline tolerance test for you guys to make a decision whether or not you should get on a GHD today. And basically what that is Dr. Jeremy's going to show you. Just take a step forward so that we don't bang into the machine. Good. So all we want you to do is go through full excursion flexion and full excursion extension. So what Jeremy is being really careful to do here is round his back and extend his back. We are not isolating the hips. He is extending through his spine. He is flexing through his spine. We're going to do that for 10 reps. The reason we do this is because a great way to injure a disc or to create inflammation around a disc or have a disc become symptomatic is through repetitive flexion and extension of the spine. So, since the GHD will cause flexion and extension of the spine at close to, if not reaching full range of motion, it's important that we tolerance test first if you can do that without pain. Now that Jeremy's done that, we're going to go ahead and bring him up onto the GHD. Let's go for sit-ups first, Dr. Jeremy. So setup is important, right? Make sure your coach is with you talking about setup, but the most important thing we want to see is that the butt that you work hard on is off the back of the pad, right? So just scoot forward a little so they can see what we're talking about here. If your butt is on top of the pad, you're going to cause excessive lumbar spine extension when you go through range of motion. That's dangerous. So go ahead and back yourself up, Dr. Jeremy. Legs are pretty straight. We're not going to make this a technique session. That's for you and your coach to work on. All I want to see Jeremy do first, now remember, he's never done this before, or he's done it before, but he's not sure he's done it right. I want you to come down so you feel my hand, Jeremy. Good, back up. Any pain with that? Nope. Good. Let's do it again. And back up. And let's come back down. And back up. Good. A little bit lower. Good. No pain with any of these? Nope. Go ahead, reach down, try to touch the floor, and come all the way back up. No problem with that? Okay. Dr. Jeremy is cleared to do GHD sit-ups. But we want you to remember, this should not be something that you jump into now 20 reps for 5 sets. Start with 5 to 7 reps. Start with 5 to 7 sets. If you're hitting 30 reps to 35 reps, you should be fine, okay? Build that up as you go on. Let's turn Dr. Jeremy over. Let's talk about GHD hip extension. So again, remember, he's passed the tolerance test standing on the ground, similar to GHD sit-ups. For hip extension, we want to make sure that Dr. Jeremy's pelvic bone is off the front of the pad. Again, this is not going to become a technique session. That's for you and your coach to talk about. Are you comfortable in that position, Jeremy? Yep. Good. So just try to hold that position for me. Don't move. Bring your arms to your chest. Good. No pain with that? Yep. Good. Come down to my hand. Back up. No pain with that? Nope. Come back down. Come back up. No pain with that? Yep. Go ahead all the way down and all the way up. Good. No pain with that? Yep. Good. So come on back up and relax. So the key thing to notice with GHD hip extension, the lumbar spine does not move, right? So we're resisting flexion in this, so there's an extension load, but we're not moving the lumbar spine in hip extension. Now, we're gonna go into GHD back extension. So to do that, we're gonna back this way up. And in this case, we do want Dr. Jeremy's pelvis, so his hip bone up over here. You gotta move that back a little bit. Come out for a second, Jeremy. Good. Go ahead. So now this bone right here is going to be trapped on top of the pad, and Jeremy's going to go ahead and slowly round himself down. Any pain there? Come back up. Come down a little bit lower. Any pain there? and go all the way down, creating a nice rounding in the lumbar spine, and come back up. And no pain there? Good, come on up. Again, if you tolerance test all those and all those are fine, you should be okay to use the GHD. Start with 5 to 7 reps, 5 to 7 sets, accumulate your 30 or so reps all together. Give yourself plenty of rest in between the sets, build as you go. Maintain normal ranges of motion, you don't need to be excessive. That's your brute tip on whether or not you should be using a GHD.